back a little bit. Like, I just want one more. No, don't need that. Then later on in the afternoon, it was, cookies are there. I need a cookie. No, I don't need the cookie. Don't need the cookie. Later in the evening, after dinner, feel a little hungry. Oh, there's cookies. I need a cookie. No, Nathan, you've already had 6. You need to stop. And so I kind of forgot about the cookies. And then Olivia, first thing this morning, Olivia, what do you want for breakfast? I want a cookie, Daddy. No, don't need a cookie. Daddy doesn't need a cookie either. So we'll just leave the cookies on the counter. Eventually, at some point this week, I'll forget that we even have cookies. Not because I've eaten them, but because the temptation is no longer there. It's still there, but I have grown beyond the temptation. You see, James 1, chapter 1, verses 2 through 4, says, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything." You see, some of the temptations of this world don't really bother us that much, because we have grown and matured past them. But like all types of temptation, eventually they'll grind you down a little bit to where you might stumble, might trip up a little bit. I like soda. I have meticulously tried to brush soda out of my life. I used to drink a lot of it, about a case a week.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know, right? It's a lot. So now I've weighed down and matured past that temptation of grabbing a soda as often as possible, to the point where I can walk into a restaurant and feel like I don't need to order one.
Okay.
Because I have matured. 1 Peter 1, 6 through 7. "And all this rejoice greatly, though now for a little while you have had to suffer grief and all kinds of trials. These have come so that the proven genuineness of faith, of great worth than gold, which perishes even through refined by fire, may result in praise, glory, and honor when Jesus Christ is revealed." You see, as we grow in faith, some trials and temptations, they don't seem to have as much sway over us, sway over our lives as they once did. But they still are there. They still try to pressure us, and still try to trip us up every now and then. You see, grinding is a long process by which, you try and wear something down as much as possible. And every once in a while, when you grind something, a little bit comes off. You have a little stumble every now and then. But you see, when we face God, we tend to be at one of our lowest points. And we turn our faces to God, and it is in His shelter of His wings that we find encouragement, strength, and rest. You see, doing the things of God that God commanded us to do is not easy. And sometimes you need somebody to give you that little encouragement to keep going. After all, when we are facing God, we are realizing that God is our strong tower, our fortress when we are weak. When we are weary, we are able to run and find rest in the shadow of His wings. I mean, you can look at the book of Psalm and see that how the Psalms stress how good it is that God is our source of strength and encouragement when we are feeling downtrodden. We feel like we can't continue to do the things of God anymore. We have Psalm 23, which we all know. We have Psalm 31:24. "Be strong and take heart, for all you who hope in the Lord." Psalm 46. "God is our refuge and strength, and ever-present help in trouble." Psalm 73:26. My flesh and my heart may fail, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever.
Amen.
Psalm 18, verse 14. The Lord is my strength and my defense. He has become my salvation. But why stop there? Let's keep going. Sometimes we need a reminder that God is our strength and source of encouragement in times of trouble and temptation. Prophet Habakkuk, chapter 3, verse 19. The sovereign Lord is my strength. He makes my feet like the feet of a deer. He enables me to tread on the heights. Amen. Isaiah 40:31. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. We'll sprinkle in some New Testament for you if you really want some New Testament encouragement. Matthew 11:28. Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. 1 Corinthians 10:13. No temptation has overtaken you except what is common to mankind. And God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. But when you are tempted, He will also provide a way out so that you can endure.
Amen.
2 Corinthians 12:9-10. But He said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore I will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may rest on me. That is why, for Christ's sake, I delight in weakness, in insults, in hardship, in persecutions, in difficulties, for when I am weak, then I am strong. You see, this is where you can escape the pressure of the world. When it seems too much, you can run to God. For He is our strength. You see, when we face God, we realize that He is there to encourage us. That He is there to strengthen our spirit. And the longer we stay in His presence and seek after Him, the more we are able to withstand the pressures of this world. Even as the Sanhedrin continued to pressure the early church to stop preaching in that name, they still found strength in God to continue proclaiming Christ. And that is why Stephen was brought to them. So when the work of God seems overwhelming and the pressures of this world makes you want to crack, remember, you can always turn your face to God.
I know.
And He will strengthen and encourage you. And finally, when we face God, it is a reminder of our obedience to Him. We quickly realize